Hello, good afternoon. Today I'll present about UX deliverable and survey, but before I get started, I would like to thank VRENT for giving us the opportunity to study and research about their company. This survey was done for our UAS project for our multimedia class. First, I would like to introduce you about VRENT. A VRENT is a new way of transportation, as VRENT is a platform that allows users to borrow electric motorcycle. It has launched on mid-2019. It is the first legal electric motorcycle rental in Indonesia. It is possible because all vehicles are registered and have a plate number. The goal of VRENT is to reduce air pollution, reduce noise pollution, and while keeping the price economy friendly. The process to rent the electric motorbike is very simple. For Android users, you can download it in Google Play Store. For iOS users, the app is still under development, so you will have to wait. After downloading the app, you can launch the app and click Start. Once you click Start, you can then click your, to register your new account, and you have to take a photo of your driving license to complete the registration. Afterwards, you can find a station near you with the map and find available bike and scan the QR code that is attached to the bike to start renting. Deliverable UX. First of all, I have created a deliverable UX for VRENT in order to better analyze the situation and the UX that the VRENT app is provided. The business goal analysis is an important part of deliverable UX because it highlights company's objective, highlights the product, and highlights the product's existence. In VRENT's case, the aim is to keep a fair price while still being able to lower air and noise pollution. It is located in local crowded place so that pollution in that area can be lowered by using the VRENT motorcycles. The app was developed to ease the user's process when renting the motorbike. Next, I've created a competitive analysis in order to compare VRENT with other competitors. Even if VRENT had the first move on the IoT electric motorbike, their competitors will still exist in any market. In this case, I have chosen Grabwheel and Migo. Grabwheel is a platform where you can rent an electric scooter rental system. They rent out electric scooters. The app is available in Android and iOS, and it is mostly located in cities. It has the same way of renting, so you can scan a QR code in order to rent the scooters, and they have their own payment method by integrating their system with OVO. Next is Migo. Migo is an electric bike rental system. They also have the same system where you can scan a QR code and start renting. However, they have a reservation system where you can reserve your bike. Here you can see the competitive analysis between the companies. All three of the companies, VRENT, Grabpil, and Migo, has a website, an official website. The established duration, where VRENT existed a year ago, Grabwheel existed a year ago. However, Migo is the oldest, existing 3 years ago. The target market for VRENT is economic and environmental friendly long-distance transportation, as it is an electric motorcycle. Meanwhile, Grabwheel is an economic and environmental friendly short-distance transportation. Since it is a scooter, it can't go long range. Lastly, Migo, it's an economic and environmental friendly short to medium distance transportation. The number of users in VRENT currently is 500 plus, while Grabwheel is dominating in the Play Store market with 100 plus million downloads, and Migo with only 500,000 plus downloads. The main feature of VRENT is electric motorbike rent. Payment, QR code for renting, station location shown in map, payment through digital form, select duration to rent. The main features of GrabWheel is electric scooter rental, payment, QR code for renting, rental stations and display are displayed in maps, payment through OVO, select duration to rent, and customer service. Lastly, Migo's main features is reservation method by renting an e-bike, payment QR code for scanning, stations displayed in maps, and bike has a feature where it can be temporarily parked. The secondary features VRENT has is a profile, wallet tutorial, emergency contact, driving license verification, and a charger. While GrabWheel has a profile, OVO wallet tutorial, emergency contact, safety equipment in stations, such as a helmet. Lastly, Migo has a tutorial system, e-wallet, notification, profile, and customer service. The number of times that the app was updated for VRENT, it was 2 times. For GrabWheels, it's 50 plus times, while Migo only has 10 plus times of updated app. The price per VRENT is 2,500 rupiah per 15 minutes or 50,000 rupiah per 24 hours, while GrabWheel is 10,000 rupiah for 20 minutes, and Migo 3,000 rupiah per 30 minutes. Here you can see the feature that VRENT has, the Grab and features Grab have, and as well as Migo. You can see the comparison, which features are missing from Migo or features missing from VRENT from other competitions. As you can see, VRENT is missing the company's own currency, reservation system, notification, cash payment, and English language support. Another method that I have used for a deliverable UX is a user flow. A user flow helps map out how the user is going to navigate through the app. It determines the objective of the app, determines the processes that the user is going to take, and it determines choices and routes the users can take in order to complete a task. Here I have created the user flow. Uh, this I have created a survey, and here is the survey results and analysis. The survey method I've used was a quantitative survey. It was to collect measurable qualitative data. So I have used quantitative survey in order to measure qualitative data, whether the respondents agree or disagree with the statements or questions that I have given. There are a total of 39 questions, and I have received a total of 38 respondents. The questions that were focused on the UX elements of psychology, usability, design, copywriting, and analysis. Here are the survey questions for psychology. To mention a few, do you understand the purpose of the application at first glance? In your opinion, what is the purpose of this application? Are the features as you expected in ride-sharing applications? Do you find the application comfortable to use? Or do you find the reward features rewarding? In psychology, I have focused on questions where it impacts their psychology and their view on the app psychologically. Next, I have created questions for usability. In usability, it tests how the respondents have whether they have a hard time or an easy time in navigating through the apps. I've created survey questions for designs as well. So in design, it questions how the color schemes or the design of the overall application feels and how attractive it looks to the users. Next is survey questions of copywriting. Copywriting is a method of written form. So here I have created survey in order to test how much the fonts or the text in the applications are readable and understandable by the users. In analysis, it's an overall questions after asking the questions about psychology, design, usability, and psychology. So it makes all those four elements into one, and it helps summarize how the user feels about the application. Here are some of the summary of the data collected. The data collected can be seen in the paper that I've written. I have not inputted it in this PowerPoint presentation because it wasn't feasible. Therefore, you can view it from the Word file. Here are some of the summary of the data collected. Most of the respondents were aged 19 to 22, and most respondents were a student. 65.7% of the respondents were students. Most of the respondents' nationality was Korean and Indonesian. In the psychology sections, here are some of the important summary. Uh, Most were rated 4 to 5. The interest in the app had 8 threes and 1 ones. Most users replied correctly when asked what the app was about or what it could do. 9 respondents, that's 23.7%, answered 3 when asked if features were useful. 3 users, 7.9% of users, don't find the reward feature rewarding enough. And the important summary in usability sections are here as well. Most answers in usability was rated 4 to 5. However, prevention of user mistake rating is low. 13 people, that's 34.2%, rated 3. Other questions were answered mostly positive. So they were answered about 4 to 5. Most answers in design was rated 4 to 5 as well. Attractiveness of design was rated 3 by 9 respondents, that's 28.9%. Other questions were answered mostly positive. In the copywriting sections, most answers, again, were rated 4 to 5. However, some people found guidance or tutorial helpfulness was not good enough, and they rated 3 by 8 and rated by 8 users. That's 21.1%. Other questions were answered mostly positive. In the analysis section, most answers in analysis was again rated 4 to 5. The ease in navigation through the app, 29 out of 38 people, that's 76.3%, rated 4. When asked if they would like to change anything in the app, 76.3% voted no, and 23.7% voted yes. Some of the recommended changes was the color scheme. An individual also asked that red was a strong color and asked for a color change. So some of the other inputs were color schemes and designs. Secondly, the language setting. Some people found it hard to read only Indonesian. Therefore, they asked if the app is ever going to implement an English feature. So therefore, I have added it also in the suggestion that language settings is an important factor in UX so that the user can understand what they are doing. And lastly, an individual mentioned about VRENT wallet as well. They said the top up process was too long. Although it was a two-page, you had to go through two-page in order to top up the wallet. They found it a bit inconvenient. Whereas Grab, you don't need to go to through those steps in order to pay for their services. Overall, psychologically, they found it easy to understand and was rated 4 to 5 by most respondents. Most respondents had an easy time understanding the app, and it was rated 4 and 5. Most users found it easy to use and understand, and it was rated 4 and 5. Guidance or information provided in the app was rated 4 the most. Recommendation to a friend was rated 45. However, 6 respondents, that's 15.8%, answered 3. Here are the respondents on about if the user is going to use VRENT in the future. 44.7% answered yes, 34.2% answered maybe, and 21.1% answered no. Overall, in conclusion, most users do not have a problem and can use the app seamlessly. However, some users still have some difficulty in understanding some of the languages. The lack of information provided in the app can really confuse the user on the steps that they have to take. For example, there was no tutorial on how to top up. Again, the lack of language settings, so the support of other languages was a bit disappointing by some respondents. And the design or color schemes can be improved upon according to the survey results. Therefore, here are my suggestions and input. Overall, the analysis of the UX design should be taken into consideration, where the competitive comparison will be a great help to VRENT. The input from respondents should be taken into consideration as well, as they have made a point as a user. I have specifically chosen most of the respondents to not come from a computer background so that they may experience the app as a user. And since VRENT is a startup company, there's room for improvement anytime. VRENT is rated a high rating from respondents, which reflects the app's effectiveness and its usage. And it also had a great rating in the Google Play Store. Therefore, it reflects the app's effectiveness and its usage as well. Thank you. This was my presentation.